Hey guys, how's it going? It's Blade again from Cardi Security, and today we have a new head unit video, the SPH-20DAB. Okay, so the SPH-20DAB, what do we have here? This is a Pioneer singled-in stereo with Bluetooth streaming, hands-free calls, DAB radio, FM, AM, USB and all the other usual bits and bobs you get with these. But this has a special feature. It has a phone holder on the top of the stereo, which you can then utilize your phone as part of the stereo, but we'll go into more detail with that in a second. For now, let's open up the box. Okay, so we have the contents of the package laid out in front of us. So let's start off with the most important part, the instructions. And make sure you read through this. If you get stuck, this is going to give you your answers. Now next we have the face case. Now this stereo comes with a case for the face, so you can detach the face of the stereo, pop it in your bag. You're not going to damage it because you're going to put it in this. Next to that, you have the ISO cable. So that's your main power loom to then go to the harness in your vehicle or to an adapter to then run for steering controls or whatever you need that for. And then we have the stereo itself. Okay, so physical features on the stereo. As you can see, the face of the stereo is very minimalistic. There's only a few buttons on there. That's because with the phone holder out, you will utilize a lot of the features through the phone itself on the app. Now, the stereo is a full body chassis, so it's not a shallow chassis or anything like that. And then on the back, you have all of your inputs and outputs. So starting over on this side here, we have your FM and AM aerial connector. You have the DAB connection. You have a connection there for camera input. You have your main power loom there. That's going to be your cable that I've shown you at the start. Then over this side, we have your microphone and steering wheel control input. And then you have your two RCA outputs. Now this has only two, meaning that your front is a dedicated front output, and then the rear is a switchable between rear and subwoofer. So if you're running a full system, meaning amplified front, rear and sub, then this may not be the best option. But if it's just the subwoofer you're running or just front speakers, you'll be absolutely fine with this. But just bear in mind this only has two preamps. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the physical features of the stereo, but now let's turn it on and we'll show you the main internal features. Okay, so we have the unit powered on here. Now I'm going to run through the main features without the app and the phone holder extended. We'll show you how that works in a second, but just to show you that the unit will work without the app, but it's just pretty simple and basic through it. So up, down volume and source select, so you can go through DAB, radio, app, Bluetooth audio, back to the DAB. And then on this side, you will be able to basically change the channels and the presets. So you can go up and down channels and through the presets. These four buttons here will then work only with the app. Now, the only other thing to show you is the USB, which is behind this little flap here, just like that. Now, let's show you how to take out the phone holder. So all you need to do is press the release for the stereo, which is in the bottom corner there, take the face of the stereo off, and then you pull this out and lift it up. And then you can pop your stereo back in, and away you go. Okay, so now let's look at the main function of the stereo, what everyone's looking for, the phone compatibility. Now we have the phone holder extended here. All you need is obviously your phone. I have the S22 Ultra, which is a rather big phone and it does still fit in the holder, but let's show you these functions. Okay, so this is the app. Obviously, the first thing you'll come to is going to ask you to accept a load of terms and conditions. So just go through that and you'll come to this page. Now, you want to connect to the head unit. So first of all, click on there. Then it's going to ask you to turn on Bluetooth, allow access to location, and allow app to display over the other apps. So once you've done that, they'll all be green ticked and you click next. Now, you have three options, whether you have the 1-DIN audio with cradle, which is what we have here, a single DIN audio, or 2-DIN audio. So let's click on the one we have, and it's going to try and find it. We have loads of stereos in here, so it's going to find a few, but there you go, it's there, SPH-20DAB. Check the 6-digit number and press the button on the main unit as shown below. So that's the same unit we have here, yep, and yep. So allow it to connect, there we go, connection established. So again, warnings, okay that, while using the app. Allow, 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 allow. So this is where you can change the settings in the stereo. So like I mentioned, you've got obviously rear and sub switchable. You can change that to be just rear or just sub, FM, all those bits and bobs. Let's come out of there for now. And there we have it. So we can now put that in the cradle and it'll go into landscape mode. Okay, so the app base is there now. So what we can do is essentially, obviously I'm playing music through the stereo now. I can still turn the volume up and down as need be. We can then change into a navigation app. Go to navigation, you can go back, go to music. So you can change all your different sources. You can even do voice command. So you can use that for navigation, send a message, whatever you need to. And then you also have a load of settings to go through for the stereo itself. So it's very, very handy. And that obviously acts as a phone holder as well. Now this is another menu you can come to. So if we just jump out, up here on the left, this has all the different functions that the app allows you to do. So it's quite a lot. You can go through everything you need to. As we mentioned already, you've got navigation, those kind of bits. You can go into mute, streaming video, digital radio, normal radio, your different music apps. So it really has a lot of functions because it utilizes your phone as well. So another function we've noticed that we definitely think you'll like is if you go into your settings, scroll down into screen, you can change your theme, which is nice. Obviously you can change your background. And obviously look how fluid that is. Obviously because we're using the phone, this is a relatively new phone, very fast processor. You're not relying on the stereo's process to be fast, it's your phone. So as long as your phone's decent, you can have decent response from the app. So yeah, you can change the background, which will also change the illumination of the stereo if you notice. So let's say we wanted that one. So we'll leave it on there. We can then change the illumination, the background illumination if need be. We'll leave it on the standard one. And we'll go back. Now the main thing is selecting the home screen. So it's currently on music mode. Let's change that back to dash mode. And look at that. So you have your miles per hour here, which is fantastic. You also have a compass if need be. You have your main functions down the bottom. You have your time and date, and then you have what you're connected to. So it's very, very handy. Obviously you can go back into settings and change that back if need be. But let's say for instance use navigation. Still quickly changes over. You can go back into voice control. So yeah, it works fantastically. Especially for the kind of person that can't fit a doubled-in screen into their vehicle, but they'd like some sort of screen to show you for navigation or whatnot. Now that gives you that option for a very decent price, to be honest. Other thing also, it allows you obviously to have DAB as well in the vehicle. Obviously you need to run the DAB antenna. You can also stream DAB directly from your phone as well. So yeah, very, very handy. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the video on the Pioneer SPH-20DAB. So as we've mentioned, very, very good spec for the price point. It's currently priced at $159.99 on our website. So for that price, you get quite a lot. Obviously a phone holder for one. You have the ability to use navigation if need be, DAB radio, Bluetooth streaming, as normal kind of features there. So yeah, very, very good stereo. Make sure you check it out. Be on our website at caradsecurity.com and also our sister company, The Tuning Store. That's pretty much it from me. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. We will see you in the next video.